May 23rd, 2026, Saturday, daily astrological forecast reading. Today's energy is not gentle. It is sharp, restless, mentally electric, karmically exposing, emotionally proud, and deeply transformative. This is a day where life does not whisper. Life cuts through the noise and asks you one direct question. Are you building real value, or are you protecting comfort? The Sun is in Taurus, in Krittika Nakshatra, Pada 4, sitting close with Uranus. Mercury is also in Taurus, in Rohini Pada 3. Venus and Jupiter are in Gemini, activating Ardra and Punarvasu. Mars is in Aries, in Ashwini Pada 3. The Moon and Ketu are in Leo, in Maga. Saturn and Neptune are in Pisces. Rahu is in Aquarius, in Shatabisha. Pluto is in Capricorn, in Shravana. So today, the field is very clear. Your speech, your money, your pride, your desire, your nervous system, your food habits, your relationship patterns, your ancestral ego, your work structure, and your spiritual clarity are all being tested. Personally, you may feel a strange mix today. One part of you wants comfort, stability, food, money, sensual peace, and emotional security. Another part of you wants to cut something, change something, say something, confront something, or break free from something. This is Sun and Uranus in Taurus, in Krittika. Taurus wants to preserve, Krittika wants to cut, Uranus wants to disrupt. The Sun wants truth and authority, so do not be surprised if you suddenly realize that something you have been preserving is no longer healthy. A habit, a relationship pattern, a money pattern, a food pattern, a self-worth wound, a comfort addiction, a false sense of security. Today can expose where you are confusing stability with stagnation. Sun in Taurus, Krittika Pada 4, brings a sharp spotlight on value. What are you eating? What are you earning? What are you saving? What are you wasting? What are you holding on to because it makes you feel safe, even though it is quietly making you weaker? This is not soft Taurus. This is Taurus under the knife of Krittika. The universe is asking you to purify your relationship with comfort. And with Uranus sitting there, the realization may come suddenly. You may wake up and say, I cannot continue this way. You may feel irritated with laziness, indulgence, financial disorder, clutter, false promises, or emotional dependency. But here is the warning. Do not use truth as a weapon today. Do not cut people just because you finally see clearly. Cut the waste. Cut the illusion. Cut the habit. Cut the self-betrayal. But do not destroy something valuable just because your nervous system is restless. Mercury in Taurus, in Rohini Pada 3, makes speech extremely important today. Your words can create wealth, trust, beauty, and practical direction. Rohini is fertile, magnetic, creative, sensual, artistic, and materially productive. Mercury here can think in terms of finance, beauty, food, family, content, business, voice, branding, design, and creative value. This is excellent for writing, speaking, teaching, negotiating, planning, creating content, dealing with money, beautifying your space, and turning an idea into something useful. But Rohini also brings attachment, possessiveness, comparison, jealousy, overcomfort, the need to be admired. And Mercury can become clever in the wrong way if it is used for gossip, manipulation, excuses, or sugar-coated self-interest. So today, watch your speech. You can either speak like a builder or speak like a collector. A builder creates value. A collector hoards attention. A builder organizes money, words, resources, and ideas. A collector keeps comparing, defending, explaining, and trying to feel superior. Choose the builder. The Moon is in Leo, in Maga, with Ketu also in Leo. This is emotionally powerful. Maga is the throne, ancestry, lineage, authority, inherited power, pride, dignity, and connection with those who came before you. Emotionally, today may trigger themes around respect. You may feel unseen, you may feel ignored, you may want acknowledgement. You may feel that people do not understand how much you have carried. But be careful. Maga can become royal, but it can also become arrogant. It can lead, but it can also demand loyalty. It can honor tradition, but it can also become trapped in ancestral ego. With Moon in Maga and Ketu in Maga, the emotional lesson is blunt. If you need applause today, you are vulnerable. If you can act with dignity without demanding recognition, you are powerful. This is a day to honor your ancestors, your roots, your lineage, your teachers, your family history, but not to become a prisoner of inherited pride. Some of you may feel old emotional patterns rising through family dynamics, authority issues, father figures, bosses, elders, or your own need to be respected. The question is not, why are they not seeing me? The question is Am I leading from inner dignity, or am I still waiting for the throne? Ketu in Maga empties the false throne. It strips away ego-based leadership. It says, you do not need to perform royalty. You need to embody responsibility. Mars is in Aries, in Ashwini Pada 3. This is fast, hot, direct, impatient, physical, restless energy. Mars in Aries wants action now. Ashwini wants to begin now. Pada 3 brings a strong focus on personal gain, communication, friends, siblings, neighbors, immediate action, and quick results. This can make you energetic, athletic, bold, brave, and ready to start something. But it can also make you reckless. Today, do not drive aggressively. Do not start arguments just because your body has excess heat. Do not confuse urgency with clarity. Do not make 10 promises because you feel inspired for 10 minutes. Mars in Ashwini can begin fast but may not sustain unless discipline is present. So move your body. Walk. Train. Clean. Organize. Execute one urgent task. Finish something physical. Handle one practical matter that has been pending. Mars becomes negative when it has no direction. Give it direction. If anger rises, ask yourself, what action is this anger asking me to take? Not what person should I attack? Not what message should I send? Not what drama should I create? What action needs execution? Venus is in Gemini in Ardrapada 2. Now this is where relationships and desires become stormy. Venus wants love, connection, pleasure, art, beauty, intimacy, and refinement. Gemini wants conversation, wit, mental stimulation, texting, curiosity, flirtation, and exchange. Ardra brings the storm, grief, intensity, emotional turbulence, rebellion, nervous energy, and truth after pain. So in relationships today, words can either heal or trigger. You may feel attracted to someone's mind. You may want to talk deeply. You may want to explain yourself. You may want to test someone. You may feel emotionally restless in love. You may feel drawn to unusual conversations, taboo topics, or emotionally intense exchanges. But here's the raw truth. Today is not ideal for dramatic relationship ultimatums. It is ideal for seeing where your nervous system confuses emotional intensity with love. Ardra can create a storm, but not every storm is destiny. Sometimes it is just unprocessed pain looking for a target. So do not use sarcasm as intimacy. Do not send the message just to provoke a reaction. Do not gossip about relationships. Do not confuse mental chemistry with emotional safety. Use this Venus and Ardra energy for writing, music, deep conversation, creative release, healing grief, emotional honesty, and artistic transformation. If love feels stormy today, slow it down. Truth does not need theatrics to be powerful. Jupiter is in Gemini, in Punarvasu Pada 3. This brings a return of ideas, second chances, repeated conversations, advisory energy, business intelligence, teaching, marketing, writing, and communication-based growth. Punarvasu is the return of light. It says what failed once may come back in a wiser form. A previous idea may be useful again. A previous contact may reconnect. A previous lesson may repeat, not to punish you, but to see whether you have learned. Jupiter and Gemini can teach through words, through content, through dialogue, through business, through education, through podcasting, through writing, through explaining complex things simply. But Punarvasu Pada 3 can also become too clever, too transactional, too focused on personal gain. So today, give advice cleanly. Sell only what has value. Communicate with ethics. Do not use wisdom as a performance. Do not use knowledge to trap people in your narrative. If you are a teacher, guide, consultant, creator, advisor, astrologer, coach, or speaker, this is a strong day, but only if your words carry sincerity. The world does not need more clever noise. It needs clean guidance. Saturn is in Pisces, while Neptune is also in Pisces. This is a heavy spiritual field. Pisces wants surrender, dreams, compassion, release, imagination, prayer, withdrawal, and moksha. Neptune adds fog, illusion, mysticism, longing, dissolution, and spiritual sensitivity. Saturn adds karmic accountability, structure, delay, consequence, discipline, and reality. So today, many people may feel spiritually sensitive but practically uncertain. You may feel tired, dreamy, heavy, intuitive, emotionally porous. You may want to withdraw. You may feel like something old is dissolving, but you cannot yet name what is coming next. This is not the day to make major decisions from emotional fog. This is a day to pray, meditate, journal, rest, simplify, and verify facts. Neptune inspires first, confuses next, dissolves false images, and then spiritualizes. Saturn in the same field says, do not escape into spirituality. Build spiritual discipline, so if you feel lost today, do not panic. Sit quietly, drink water, walk slowly, breathe. Write down the dream, but do not turn every dream into a decision. Feel the intuition, but verify the detail. Rahu is in Aquarius, in Shatabisha. This is the collective healing field. Shatabisha is the 100 physicians. Healing, research, isolation, medicine, technology, hidden systems, abstract intelligence, and unconventional solutions. Rahu here creates obsession with future systems, AI, networks, science, digital identity, collective reform, alternative healing, and technological disruption. Personally, this can make you drawn toward astrology, healing, science, systems, research, technology, medicine, psychology, or digital communities. But it can also create isolation, suspicion, emotional detachment, and too much screen-based living. So today, use technology consciously. Use research to heal, not to spiral. Use systems to organize your life, not to escape your body. Rahu in Shatabisha says the future belongs to healers, researchers, system builders, reformers, and people who can work with invisible patterns. But Ketu in Leo, Maga says the future does not belong to people clinging to old thrones. The axis is clear. Release ego-based visibility and move toward collective healing. This is powerful globally. Globally, Sun and Uranus in Taurus, in Krittika, can bring sharp disruptions around food, finance, currency, banking, land, agriculture, luxury, beauty, and bodily security. The world is being forced to rethink what value means. Comfort systems are being cut open. Financial illusions can be exposed. Food systems can be questioned. Markets can feel unstable. Technology may push into agriculture, finance, beauty, and consumption patterns. The collective question is, has comfort become captivity? Neptune and Saturn in Pisces continue to dissolve old spiritual, emotional, religious, and ideological certainty. The world may feel more mystical, but also more confused. There can be disinformation, savior narratives, emotional manipulation, spiritual escapism, and collective fatigue. But there can also be compassion, surrender, mystical awakening, and deeper sensitivity. Pluto in Capricorn, in Shravana, continues the deep transformation of institutions, governments, corporations, authority figures, senior leadership, public messaging, and hierarchical systems. Shravana is connected with listening, hearing, counsel, transmission, public narrative, and learning through sound. So globally, pay attention to announcements, statements, institutional messaging, leadership speeches, leaks, reports, and public narratives. Something hidden in authority structures is slowly being exposed, restructured, or forced into accountability. Pluto does not do cosmetic change. Pluto intensifies, exposes, destroys the false structure, and regenerates something stronger. In Capricorn, the old systems cannot continue unchanged. So globally, today's forecast is about value shock, authority exposure, digital healing, spiritual confusion, and the collapse of false leadership. Personally, the practical guidance is very clear. Do not fight with elders, bosses, parents, or authority figures from ego. Do not speak harshly just because you are finally seeing the truth. Do not make financial decisions from fear. Do not overeat or numb yourself with comfort. Do not text from emotional storms. Do not drive fast. Do not gossip. Do not confuse attraction with alignment. Do not confuse spirituality with factual certainty. Instead, clean your money field. Clean your food field. Clean your speech. Clean your space. Move your body. Write your thoughts. Respect your ancestors, but release inherited ego. Build one clear plan instead of chasing 10 possibilities. Use your creativity. Use your voice. Use your intelligence. But stay grounded. Today is a day to ask yourself, where am I protecting comfort instead of building value? Where am I speaking from insecurity instead of clarity? Where am I demanding respect instead of embodying dignity? Where am I acting from courage? And where am I reacting from impatience? Where am I calling something love when it is actually emotional turbulence? Where am I calling something spirituality when it is actually confusion? Where am I clinging to an old throne when life is asking me to serve the future? The personal battlefield today is speech, money, pride, desire, and emotional control. The global battlefield is food, finance, technology, authority, institutions, collective healing, and the collapse of false leadership. If you stay unconscious today, you can become reactive, proud, sharp-tongued, restless, indulgent, dramatic, and mentally overloaded. But if you stay awake, today can give you a clean breakthrough. Cut the waste. Clarify the value. Speak with precision. Act with discipline. Release the throne. Serve the future. And if this forecast speaks to what you are living through, if you feel your life is entering a year of changes, karmic decisions, relationship turning points, career restructuring, spiritual awakening, or emotional reset, then get in touch with me for an annual personal forecast reading, one that works specifically for you, your chart, your timing, your cycles, and your real life. Because daily energy gives you the weather, but your annual forecast shows you the road. Like, share, subscribe, and stay connected for more daily astrological guidance. Tomorrow will bring another shift, but today the instruction is simple. Do not let ego drive the day. Let clarity lead.